Hey everybody, Nick here, and today I want to do a little bit of comparison among some of the flashlights in Olight's lineup, the S1, the S1R, the S2, which I don't have here, and the S2R, and talk about what distinguishes those. The biggest difference here is from the S1s to the S2s. The S2 is a much larger light. It's using an 18650 size battery rather than a CR123 size battery. Practically speaking, the brightness and the performance overall of these two lights is very, very similar. It's not like using the S2, you're going to get a huge increase in performance. Yeah, you'll get slightly better brightness, but it's functionally speaking not all that huge. It's not all that important. So it comes down to two factors. The S2 does have much larger run times. The run times for the S2 are about 3 times the run time of the regular one. This guy has about an hour on high. This guy's got 3 hours. And that's itself kind of a beautiful thing. That's just a function of the bigger battery. However, this guy is way more pleasant to carry. I mean, I imagine you can imagine this, but there is a very, very big difference between having this guy in your pocket all day and having this guy in your pocket. And so fundamentally, I think if you're just using your light occasionally and relatively briefly, you should probably go small. You'll enjoy carrying this way more than this guy. But if you're on your light all night long, if you're a night watchman or something along those lines, you're going to want to go big or go home. The difference between the Rs and the non-R models is rechargeability. Now, don't get me wrong. You can put a rechargeable battery inside the S1. The thing is, you'll just need to have some other device externally that'll do the recharging. If you buy one of these two, all you need is this little USB device, which you plug into any USB charger, and it'll charge your light right up. I'll plug it into a little USB power bank here, and bam, you can see. Here it is starting to charge. This will turn green when it's ready. The size difference between rechargeable and non-rechargeable is actually very small. I mean, if we compare these two lights to one another, that's not a huge difference. You're not going to feel that all that much every day, which is very nice. And the price difference isn't so huge either. You're looking at a difference on the order of 10 or 20 bucks, depending on which model you're getting. But there is a very, very nice charging interface here. You use the same cable to recharge either of these two lights, which is nice. And, frankly, if you don't want to get into the flashlight battery game where you buy fancy external chargers and things like that, you're probably smart to go with the rechargeable version instead. So that way you just have a charger for your flashlight. You drop this guy in your flashlight, and then in a couple hours, you pick it up and your flashlight's good to go. So I would actually lean towards going with the rechargeable version rather than the bare version. You're not really saving all that much, whether in terms of money or in terms of size, and the recharging is done very, very nicely here. Now, that said, also do remember that there are lots of other good options. My favorite everyday carry light is not by Olight at all, but by a company called EGTAC. This is the D25A in titanium. This is a great light as well. I like it because it's a little bit thinner, and it's a little bit brighter than any of these on the table here, and it's got a much nicer tint to it. Olight doesn't tend to make pretty light, but nonetheless, check my flashlight feed to see more. But any of the 4 lights that I'm talking about here, the S1, the S2, the S1R, or the S2R, they're all solid. And, it's really, the biggest choice is going to just depend on your needs and your particular desires, and perhaps at some level, your budget. Hope this was interesting, that it lit up your life, and that you have yourselves an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.